Andrew here from Team Vongola, and I'm here to introduce a short series I'm going to call Undici's Pre-Legion Competitive Fun Decks. Now, why am I saying Pre-Legion? Well, if you see throughout the series, most of the decks that I'm going to showcase will be getting, Legion support from the upcoming tournament promo packs, the special giveaway promo packs, and of course in the actual sets. So for my first deck profile for this series will be one of my favorite cards, CEO. Now, CEO came out set 1, and she's been a pretty good card ever since, and I always dedicate myself to build a new CEO deck every time OTT gets support. So, I came up with stuff after the Mega set dropped. So, let's go on to the grade 0s. First, for the starter, Eclair, grade 3 searcher. I don't want to use Lulu because I use my soul for something else that you'll see later on. And, if you put her behind CEO, she makes 18 columns, so it hits up for pretty good numbers against cross rides. Alright. And for the trigger lineup, I have 10 crit and 2 draws. I didn't really want to go for the standard 12 crit because I like to draw a little in this deck. And besides, having the extra 5k shield with the random 2 draws is always nice. And of course, for the heal triggers, I gotta play those Magus because they go back to the deck, and I don't like decking out. Alright, for grade 1s, I got 4 perfect guards as standard, just to save myself. 4 Geminis for AKs, because I don't play archetypes, so I can use whatever I want as a booster. And the other 6 slots are very interesting. I play 3 Circle Magus and 2 Crescent Maguses. The Circle Magus is there, for an extra top check in case when I do CEO's effect, there's something good and I put it on the bottom. I just want to, see what else is up there. So I play Crescent. That's why I play Circle. And, I also play Crescent for the same reason. When I boost an OTT and I am attacking a Vanguard, I can declare a card and reveal the top card, and I can see what it is. So if I use that, with my grade 2 lineups, I can see what I want to get. And it's always nice to know what's coming up. And for my last slot, I played the 1 random Lemonade because I actually do use a lot of Counterblast in this deck, and you'll see for my grade 2 slots. So first for the grade 2s is 2 Libras. An old card. I always enjoyed it back in set 1 as a trick play where if there's something on top that isn't a trigger, but you want it like a perfect guard, you plop down Libra, you attack, like a rear guard or something, and they're probably not going to guard it, because he left a card on top. So, you know what? Let me draw that perfect guard. So, I play Libra. Lemonade also helps me get back my Counterblast I use for that. The next up is, of course, everyone's favorite, Silent Tom. Silent Tom is probably the meanest card OTT ever got, because if you're not cross-rated and you're facing against a 16k column with Tom in the front, yeah, that's 2 cards out of your hand minimum. And especially since CEO can, check for triggers on top, he'll eventually get more power and he'll always be a target. And you know what, he'll just cripple, he'll start to either whittle your opponent's hand down or he'll just kill them outright because they have too many zeros. Alright. Now then, I have 4 Stellar Maguses. Well, Stellar Magus is the same thing as Libra, except for it's better now because I can get it guaranteed with CEO's effect. And in my mind, doing CEO's Mega Blast isn't really, it takes too long, so I'd rather do Stellar Magus 5 times and get 5 extra cards. So you have to max out on this because every turn you get to chop check, and even if it isn't a trigger, like if it's something useful, it's 1 Counterblast, you get a free card. The deck doesn't use any other Counterblast. So, it's always the best grade 2 for me to have. And for my last slot is Bracky. Yeah, I play Bracky. Andrew, why do you play Bracky? Oh, simple. You have the extra soul for CEO. You don't use the soul for anything. You might as well make your columns better. So if you put Circle Magus or Gemini behind it, he'll swing for 22 or 21. Which is always a good number to have against, unless you're playing against cross rides. Then, yeah. But Bracky's a nice addition to have. I did play the 12k attacker for CEO for a while, but I realized that I don't really go into CEO until late game, so I'd rather have some early pressure with Bracky, and besides, he'll save me from decking out half the time. And if he ends up in Soul, oh well, so be it. And last but not least, my grade 3 lineup is 4 Break Rides and 3 CEOs. Now, the Break Rides are essentially the early to mid game components of my deck, because you top check anyway, you might as well do more top checking, and there's really no other good like partner for CEO right now. So what I tend to do is I go into, you know, the Break Ride turn 3, and I proceed to sit there until I hit, you know, Limit Break. Once I hit Limit Break, ride CEO, check top 3, I get to choose what I soul charge and what I get to look at again. So basically, if there's 3 non-triggers on top, that's fine. I get to, you know, get a card for free, get rid of a card, then keep the card on top, or put on the bottom because of CEO's effect later on. Yeah, I only play 3 CEOs because she's a 10k, not good as rear guard, and I play the grade 3 searcher anyway. So it's a nice addition to have. Let's see. Some general strategies for the deck is to, well, once you hit CEO, you can pretty much, as long as you're not soul charging triggers, you should be okay. The only trick play I have really is just, if you have the Libra out, you know, swing at the rear guard, as I said before. And if you have the Crescent Stellar combo, and the card isn't a trigger on top, you might as well get it to your hand for free. Well, not for free, for like a counterblast, but still pretty free. And then, you know, continuously use Bracky as a way of dealing damage. Oh, and the best part about Bracky, it gets around Lord. You know why? It's on the field, you can just attack with it first, it goes back to the deck. Hey, look, your Vanguard can attack now. Yeah. It's a pretty interesting tech. I like testing it out. And so this deck will be receiving a Legion card. That Legion's a CL, and I'll be doing a deck profile on that later. So, you know what? Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more of the series.